Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm doing a live Instagram and TikTok night show. We're going to do a little bit of weapons and some other things. TikTok is not live, but Instagram is. We had some technical difficulties, so when you watch this on YouTube at the prep show, you will know that we had technical difficulties. Alright, so before I do anything, small disclaimer, please don't try anything you see tonight out here in the field. Alright? Now, I'm not going to do a long live because the sky is maybe too clear for comfort, which means that's like possibly a storm waiting to happen. So we're going to do everything we normally do. We're going to end with bound fighting. And don't be offended if I don't read any of your comments or take any of your comments or invite anybody up because I'm slightly technically stupid. And we're just going to have a little bit of fun. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the video. So I don't have any things out here, just lights. Hopefully I'll be in enough range where you guys can see me. I'm going to work every weapon that I have in this box. I'm not going to be working them very long. Just long enough for you guys to get a tiny bit of a thrill, hopefully. And then we're going to go from there. Now, I'm thinking of putting all my lights over here so that you can still see me without the lights being interfering. And looks like Instagram's having a problem. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. It still says I'm live. Telling your followers, hang on, we're telling your followers. Well, y'all don't have to like get rid of my face. This actually might be TikTok. Whichever one is on TikTok. No, I think it's Instagram. Yeah, because TikTok should be my cell phone. Anyway, we're still gonna do this, and hopefully Instagram will kick back in. Why did the camera go off? Okay, there's a line through the camera. I don't know why it's doing that. It did it automatically. Hello, Instagram. I'm back. I hate technology. I just want to get that completely clear. I hate technology. It doesn't like me very much either, clearly, after what just happened here on Instagram. Because I didn't touch the buttons, and I don't have telekinesis. So anyway, we're going to attempt to do some weapons training, and hopefully I could always put the lights right here so that y'all can still see me. Kinda. Yeah, nope. I'm gonna kinda need the lights where they were. That way you don't really miss anything. Alright, so without further ado, we're gonna work the weapons and we're gonna call it a night. So if you're here, which apparently only one person is, hello there on TikTok. Nice to see you. I will not be taking any questions in case you missed all that if you're just coming in. And it's only because once I start working the weapons and everything, it's gonna be the only thing that I'm gonna be basically focused on. It's not me trying to be a dick. Just want to make sure everybody's clear. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just that I'll be over here where you can see me and I won't be able to see the screen. And I don't have like someone like monitoring so they can tell me any questions and stuff that come on. I don't have anybody to help me out, y'all. So please bear with me and forgive me. So down here we have a box of weapons and I don't have Gatorade. So I'm gonna go with the worst weapon first, which is this chain. And you know, it's a long range weapon. I usually use it at half the size of the chain. And that's mostly because it's easier to control versus not so easy to control. Yeah. My gloves are for grip. Damn it, if Instagram didn't pause again on the tablet, means I'm gonna have to come back over there before I even get started. Also, the grass is wet, so it's highly likely that I will slip. The video is paused, reconnecting. Okay, so that's a technical issue. Okay, somebody's joined. Thank you. Thank you both for being here. Understanding that a long-range weapon still has to have some formula of control. And if you don't have some formula of control, you're going to get hurt really, really, really bad. So How do you stop your weapon? This is how I stop mine. There are fatty tissues on your body that can take a hit a lot better than the places that cannot. So knowing that, you should be able to control and monitor your weapon with little to no problem. Also understand if someone's coming in and you're using a chain, if you get beat up, that's kind of your fault because it's a long range weapon. See how far I am? This is half the chain. That's all of it. So if I'm doing this all day and I'm not hitting anybody, then I'm screwing up. Alright? Now the thing about this chain, even though it is plastic, in the right hands, any weapon can be dangerous. And Instagram is still paused. So, maybe it's TikTok. No, it's Instagram. I keep getting them confused. But learning how to stop and control your weapon is going to be the most important thing you ever learn as a martial artist. Also, learning how to switch hands. Is a thing. You have to learn how to have control of this thing. Or you will eat it. Doesn't taste good. Okay. And now we work chobos. As always, I kind of give you guys a little bit of wisdom with every weapon that I work. The reason for giving you this wisdom is so that you understand the difference with reality versus film. In films, you see them and do this. See how that one almost went out of my hand? That's why you don't do this. In real life, crap. Something happened with you with Instagram. Okay, everybody, just bear with me for a minute. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Damn it. Sorry, y'all. God damn it. I gotta try to restart Instagram. Said it's a internet connection. This is why I hate technology. Whole point of me getting these tablets were so that I could actually do this stuff all at the same time. And it's not sharing. Okay. How do you end the damn thing? Discard. And what's the fucking plus? Let's try it again. When at first you don't succeed, try again. Hi, everyone's here. Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen with Instagram Live. The thing is still spinning. So it's searching for a connection. It's got me on there, but there's no guarantee. All right, we're going back with the chobos. And again, you don't do this when you're actually fighting. If you do it at home while you're training, I'm not gonna judge you on it. I sometimes do it myself. But remember, that training is training and fighting is actually fighting. So this while training, you get a pass. Not when you go to a fight with chobos. Because the guy on the other end of this fight, he also has chobos. He's not going to be spinning them around trying to show off his one-handed twirl skills. That's why you don't use the chobos that way. When you have the chobos, For those who don't know what showbows are, if you take Kimpo or Kinpo, they're short sticks. So understand this is a T block here, here. It touches to an X block here, here. I hope you guys can actually see what I'm doing. T block, X block. T block, X block. For high attacks, an X or a T, an X or a T. Alright? And the reason why it's a T, because it's shaped like a fucking T, a lowercase T. Which if you turn to the side, it's a fucking X. Alright? So I say X block or T block because it really depends on what your sensei Sifu decides to teach you. Okay? I made a funny there, right? Sensei Sifu decides to teach you. So understand it. Block and strike from the right, block and strike from the left. Alright? So I'm blocking my left, I'm striking from the right. I'm blocking my right, I'm striking from the left. At no time will I block, do this, and strike. Or this, or this, or that, to strike. These things do not leave your fucking hands. Alright? Block, strike, strike, strike. Not block, strike, whip back, whip around, go back, and strike. You're going to die. You can do that in the movies because it's a movie. In real life, these bitches break arms and legs. You know, ask people who do Kali, they'll tell you the same thing. You can do this at home. You can whirl this bitch Punky Brewster style all you want at home. Tweet Elite, Sailor Moon, Burly Moran. Whatever you want to do when you're at home, you do it at home. But you must take every fight with any weapon in your hand seriously. So, guys striking low, boom, block. Guys striking high, boom, block. Low, high. Now, I call it the windshield wiper. You can call it whatever the hell you want. Windshield wiper is on the right to the left, or going down, or going up. I call it the windshield wiper. Windshield wiper from the left arm, going to the right, going down, or going up. Alright, you need to understand that. Same with the back, side to side, up and down also. I'll turn it around so you can see it. Flat. If the strike come here, so I block it. The strike come here, so I can windshield wipe, or I can block it and windshield wipe up here. Now, the reason why I call it the windshield wiper because it reminds me of a windshield wiper. That is not the official name. The official name I have forgotten. So just know that it's a fucking block. So again, right down, right up. Left down, left up. Now you can use either or. You will find a style of blocking that works for you. I know that sounds messed up, but here's the thing. No matter what they teach you in school, you, the student, are going to have to adapt to what happens outside of school. You're going to have to adapt to what happens in actual life and actual combat. This ain't happening in actual combat. It's not going to happen. If you find somebody doing this, your best strike is their hand. When they're doing this, crack their fucking hand. You break their hand, they only have one left. Your hand is the easiest part of the body to break. You don't have to believe it. Punch somebody the wrong way and see if you have to get your hand surgically repaired. See how much fun that is. Or you can take the advice of a guy who knows not to hit people with everything they got and not to get your hands rocked while you're doing this. That's why you're going to block, you're going to block, you're going to block. That's three. There's this one, and this one. And it's the same on the other side. This one, and this one. It's the same thing. It's just different because I'm not naturally left-handed. Or there's also outside from the inside and inside from the outside. You will find blocks that you will work with, and you will find blocks that are complicated but necessary, because there are no such thing as useless blocks. It's just depending on where that damn weapon is coming from. When it's coming at you, boom, you know. It can be down, which is why you have the T block or the X block. For the side, you can still do a T block or an X block, or you can just block, block, block. When you start training with these and you're working with your drills, it'll be you swing left, I block right. You swing right, I block left. You know, it's just like karate. It's kind of like a dance. However, eventually you're going to pick up speed. For people who take Kali, you're going to go a lot faster with a little bit bigger sticks. All right? I have to blow my nose, y'all. So I apologize. And yes, I'm going to check my nose. Perfect. Yes, I carry a mirror. Don't judge me. Every good man should carry a mirror to be on the safe side. Alright, we're going with these wooden commas. Alright, and after I use the commas and explain what you don't do, I'll turn the commas with the power of my imagination into tonfas. Again, we're going to be using some hellicious imagination going on here. So, just to get you up to speed. Let's see, who is that? I don't know if I can invite you in, but I'll try, and you can talk to these people while I film. It might work, it might not. I don't know how these damn things work. Okay. It says you're invited, Fortnite Dad. You also, your voice will be on YouTube, so hopefully you don't mind that, because once you're in, you're in. And I'll be doing these. Alright, so the thing with commas, in most weapons, all your blocks are pretty much the same. People are going to tell you they're not. I'm going to tell you, nah, they're pretty much the same. Because you're going to come from the right or the left, or you're going to go up, or you're going to go down. That's pretty much the gist of your blocks. No matter what weapon you use, it's always going to be right and left and up and down. And then you're going to have blocks that might require you to get from behind. So you have to worry about that whenever that stuff happens. But for all training purposes, mostly you're going to work on stuff in the front. Then you get a lot better. You work with stuff in the back. And 9 times out of 10, unless you're like an assassin, you're probably never going to use anything I'm showing you tonight. Alright? Now with commas, understand the real ones, these are blades. These things here are wooden. They can't hurt anybody except for in the right hands. They can probably hurt everybody. They're just not going to unalive anybody. Unless you are really, really good with angles and scrapes and stuff. Alright. Again, you will not be doing that. Because if it was a real blade, it would slice off your arm. And you don't want that. So you want to keep your standard. Block, strike, strike. Pull out, strike, strike. Not block, strike, pull out, whip, and strike. Again, you can say that shit for the movies. It looks cool as fuck. But in real life, it's going to get you killed. Commas are in close-quartered weapons. You literally have to get in to use them. They don't have long range. Now, there is a comma with a chain on it. If you think that's your cup of tea, knock yourself out. I'm not doing that. I don't have that weapon here. And even if I did, I still wouldn't recommend it because you saw me like 10 years ago before Instagram got screwed. Chain weapons are very complex. And they don't have a lot of give when they come back at you. But most weapons don't have a lot of give when they come back at you either. So if you're going to use any kind of weapons, you definitely want to study that damn thing forwards and backwards. And you want to how to use it accurately without just being a dark horse or a wild card. Because sometimes an accident can end you. By accident, you can unalive yourself without trying using certain weapons. Commas be those weapons. It's like I said, you're never in your life going to get into a fight where you're going to block it, stab a guy, come back, whip it around, make it look cool. No. You know, if you're making movies, no one's going to fault you for it. But in real life, if you block a sword and you gut somebody with a comma, it's going to take a little bit of work to get the comma back out. Because these things have to be in. And if they're like old school samurais and they have that thick ass armor on, you're here, cool. This thing's embedded. Now, if you're going to pull the armor off, great. But if you don't going to pull the armor off and you're going to unalive the dude, you're going to have to keep going. You know, you're not going to boom, whip it, and boom. That's not what you're going to do. You're blocking the sword. So you're goom, goom, goom. You're not block, boom, pull out, whip it around, boom. Plus, there's other people on the battlefield who are going to see you doing this. They're not just going to stand there unless you unalive their guy. So they're just like, they're going to come. These are not the most efficient weapons that you ever want to take into a battle. Now, if you're like doing the ninja assassin kind of thing, yeah, because they're light, they're easy to carry, and more than likely, it doesn't take that much to stand behind a door made out of rice paper, bust through there, slit their throat, and slide back out. It's not going to take that much. However, you have to come against a few guys with some swords, you know. These kind of aren't the things you really want. unless you really love danger. If you love danger, hey, knock yourself out. You want to take a comma against a sword, I'm not going to stop you. I'm just telling you, you're asking to work. All right, you're really asking to put in the work. And if that's what you want to do, I'm not that guy that's going to tell you not to do it. I'm just going to tell you to be prepared for the things that are going to come with it. All right. I mean, you got like maybe a 4 or 5 inch blade, maybe not even that. I think it's like my real ones are actually between 2¼ 3 inches. I'm not counting the stick. I'm only counting the blade. And the blade is it's hooked, not like these wooden ones. The wooden ones have a little turn. The actual blade is like a hook. It's like a little sickle. So it's going to be a whole lot different than these practice commas. And again, you don't do this because it's going to stick into your body and you'll probably unalive yourself trying to show off. So you don't want to do that. You want to actually be able to do stuff. So again, guys coming at you with the left, block, strike, strike. Guys coming with you on the right, block, strike, strike. That's going to be a hell of a lot better than you blocking, striking, whipping out, trying to look cool and come back. Again, for the movies, if you want to do this, boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. You're going to have to practice this thing like about 1,000 times to make it look right. And then you got to practice it with the guy you're working with about 1,010 times to make it look accurate. And then you got to practice it again and again and again to make sure that when you do that, you don't gut yourself. Now, granted, a prop weapon is rubber, and it just has a really good coat of shiny paint, just like these have tape on them. You're gonna be able to work with that. If they ever decide to pull out the real ones, I advise you to have some excuse for the character in the script to have some kind of metal gauntlets or something to actually protect you from yourself. But people don't like to listen to truth tellers who teach martial arts. They like to listen to the fantasy guys. So, good luck with that. Now, they're coming low. Boom. You know, you have to also, every stand that you learn in martial arts, you will also use, well, using weapons of martial arts. So, you know, you got your side horse stance. So, you know, you block and you can kick, or block, step block, step block. These are things you're going to need because, you know, block, 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 block. You're going to need those. And whatever you do high, you're going to have to do low. So block, block, block. Again, commas, man. Great weapons. Fantastic weapons. If you love close quarters combat. As a short person who only stands 5'3", I don't really get a say in combat because I'm short. All my combat's going to be close quarters because I have to get in. I don't have long arms. I don't have long legs. I don't have the luxury of a lot of range fighting. For those who are not aware of range fighting. So, since I mostly do Kung Fu, I have to get my opponent out to the outside of me, alright? A lot of people might not get that because a lot of karate is more counter than counter-strike or block, counter, some shit like that. I'm not explaining it exactly right, but you know, if you're doing karate and you block with the right, oh, excuse me, this is my left. When you block with the left, you throw a right punch, and they block with their left as their counter, and they throw a right punch or a right kick, and then you're blocking and countering all day. As a short person who does Kung Fu, when you throw a left jab to my right side of my face, I'm going to get to the outside of you, I'm going to break your elbow, and I'm going to punch you in the throat. If I can't reach the throat, I'm going for a rib or a kidney shot so that I can slow you down and throw a knee. Now, this would have been a karate knee because I torqued instead of a Kung Fu knee, which was the closest knee to the opponent. Right? I understand that martial arts all kind of work the same, but designed a little bit different than it actually is. I could be wrong there. I don't have a problem being wrong, but everybody's also taught differently, which means I'm not exactly wrong. I'm just not right for how you were taught. Hopefully that makes some sense. Now, with combos, on the other hand, if I block and break, which I smack here and I got here, this is in your throat now. The fight is done. It doesn't matter if I would just pull it right back out or if I just take your head clean off, it's in your throat. So you threw it right, very well. So left jab to the right side of my face. I'm in a Wing Chun stance. Boom, I just broke your elbow. Boom, I just threw this in your throat. Now It's not like you're just gonna allow that shit to happen. But in the events that I catch you sleeping. So usually if I'm in a fight stance, if I'm in a Wing Chun stance, it's just a southpaw boxing stance. So if you're throwing a left jab, it's only gonna come to the right side of my face. Alright? So if I block and break your elbow, that means your arms come through. This has your wrist, this has your elbow, snap. Now if my hands have the weapons in there, it's the same concept. This is like a pair of scissors or a vice. I snapped because I caught your arm in between here. Okay. Your arm's caught in here. Alright? And as you can see, the wrist is past the comma and the other one is not. So whichever comma is closest to your elbow is behind the elbow and the other one is in front of your elbow. So I'm snapping at the elbow and I'm snapping this into your throat because I want to end this quickly. I'm going to put it back out. But I'm going to keep all the way through. I still got your arm up here because my arm is holding it. So boom. Now I can pull you through and keep the comma there. Frack that crap. Break, snap, I'm out. I'm getting the hell out of there. I'm not going to stand here and wait for you to die. I'm just going to, I'm gone. You know? And the thing with, like, if you ever use commas in actual combat, that's how it's going to have to be. You can't stick around. These things are only in for a quick in and out. They are not major use for combat. I mean, to each their own. This is my opinion. Not a proven fact, but I'm going to say again, these are close quarter combats. It's just like fighting with a damn knife. You don't have a lot of time when you have a knife. And you have to be almost perfect with that knife. Like you have to be taught how to use that knife since you were like 3. Most people don't let their kids play with knives at the age of 3, or at least most smart people don't let their kids play with knives at the age of 3. And if you're here and you have a child, please don't let your child play with knives before the age of 13. Unless it's a Filipino knife or a butterfly knife, because those are fun. Of course, they can cut your fingers, but they're still fun. Now, with the magic of my imagination, we're going to turn these commas into tampas. Tampas are a little bit more complex than commas. The only thing is that your blocks are changed just a little bit, because a tampa is a part of your arm, where the comma, it's part of your arm, but it has range that's a little bit more easier to access. Where a tampa, you just whirl it. Alright? So you have your upper blocks, you have your side blocks, same thing, and you have your counters with the tampas. Now when you're throwing an upper block or a block like this way or this way, it's what you're going to counter with, but you're not going to counter with the same arm. If you're smart, you block, you're going to counter here, and you're going to counter here. And you make sure y'all can see that. So block, and I'm going to counter here. I'm not going to counter with this one because there's nothing there to hit. Alright? So when I block here, it's here. It's not block and then counter with this. There's nothing over here. The guy is right here. So you have to block and counter. Now, here's where things get funky. I explain this every time. Nothing's going to change that. When it comes to commas, or tampas rather, because we're pretending these are tampas, you don't, for me, I don't do inside to outside. I only do outside to inside. Because that way I know I'm not going to hit my own body. Where if you do inside to outside, if you don't get clear, you can hit your own ribs trying to hurt someone else. So you have to get clear to get that out. Now if you're blocking, boom, 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 you got to understand how these blocks work. If someone's like totally coming at you, you know, boom, 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 you want those blocks. But it's going to be difficult, not impossible, difficult to block, and counter at that time, especially if they're coming at you. But at that same time to contradict that, you're coming down. So you're TIE fight blocking like a TIE fighter. Boom, boom. When they're coming down with these things, you're still targeting their body. Yeah, you're not just blocking just to block. You're still targeting their legs. If they're coming at you, boom, boom, you're targeting, boom, that's a knee, boom, that's a knee. If that doesn't slow them down, it's more than likely they're jacked on adrenaline or drugs. So target the teardrop in the knee, target the teardrop like just at the top of the knee. So you want to target something that's going to slow them down exponentially. So boom, and then counter, but they've already kicked you twice. Boom, boom, boom. So you're also stepping back as you're blocking. Or if you're the opposite, if you're that guy, boom, boom, and you got to keep pushing forward. And that's fine. I'm not that guy because I'm going to wait for my opening because it's better for me to wait for my opening, especially if the person is stronger, than for me to try to advance. Sorry, mosquito. For me to try to advance against someone that's a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher. Now, if I'm a little bit better on the targeting after that first kick, yeah, they're throwing a right kick. Boom, that's my left elbow going down into their right kick. So boom, I can go here, hopefully before they launch their second kick. So you have to understand how fights work. If someone's coming at you rapidly, boom, 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 boom. Sometimes it's better to just block and absorb versus trying to block and try to counter. The thing is, if they have weapons and you have weapons, you have to be on your P's and Q's. Because if they're kicking and their hands are up here, they're protecting all of this, they're not protecting those legs very well. So they're throwing front kicks and they're coming at you and you have tapas. Boom! Drive that son bitch down. Boom! You know, just keep drive it on down. If they're coming at you with a round kick to the side, boom! Run them down. Just run them down. Because you know, it's tapa. These kamas are simulating, but a tapa is actually thick. It covers your whole freaking forearm. So you want to be able to use that. Boom! Boom! They're throwing these round kicks. Oh, these tapas are going to eat their ass alive. Boom! 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 After that second kick, I'm pretty sure you're probably going to fuck them up. After the first kick, you're probably going to fuck them up. Because, I'm going to say it, I'm going to get some smoke from martial artists. A lot of people don't know how to throw a kick and reduce the power. You can pull a kick without totally fucking yourself up. A lot of people don't know how to do that because a lot of people, how you spar is how you fight, and you have to learn how to control both. I mean, it's good to spar with a little bit of umph. It's good to fight with a little less umph because you don't know who you're fighting until the first blow is thrown. All right? So if you're throwing a kick, boom, and I strike there because it was a right kick, boom. That's a rib, you know. Now I can counter from that, you know, boom, 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 and then I can roll over or I can roll up. The reason why I never use the inside over the outside is because the inside is a little bit more dangerous to me because I'm short. Alright? As a short person, my arms aren't very long, and if I don't clear, I can hurt myself without trying. You know, same thing like if I throw an uppercut and I catch you with this tampa, unless you are Colossus, it should knock you out. But if it doesn't, boom, I need to come outside. Alright? So that's what this looks like. Boom. Now I've hit you, and then I'm bringing it up. Alright? So now I've hit you twice. Alright? Now why I don't do the inside. Uppercut, I have to bring it up. See how close that shit comes to my face? We don't want that. Because I might knock myself out. And if I knock myself out before I knock him out, I'm going to be his victim. So when practicing weapons, I cannot teach you what's going to work for you. I can only teach you what works for me. As a person who is learning martial arts, you will learn what works for you. And you will adapt to whatever the teacher is teaching you. Not by force, but by course. Because your body and my body and your teacher's body ain't never going to work the same. They all look the same, but they don't work the same. You know? Just keep that in mind. And don't do anything you just saw me do. I'm sorry. I got one more he left. Okay. I think he left. Yeah, he left. Sorry about that. I got one last set of weapons to work, and then we'll do bound fighting, and then we will call it a night because it is almost 10 o'clock, and I'm going to have to take the dogs out. They ain't fucking tested. So, nunchucks. Alright. Nunchucks have a return policy. Alright? And I'm not talking about to the store. I'm talking about when you pop this thing out and you hit somebody, you see how that bounced back at my arm? Yeah. So, you understand your range. And if you don't, here we go. Short range is right here. Mid range is right here. And long range is right here. Alright? Once you understand how the ranges work, you understand how to strike. Boom! Alright? boom, boom. That's it. You're not going to do this during a fight. You might do that shit before a fight. That's why you're not going to do that. See how I lost control of that? And I'm wearing gloves. That's what's going to happen. So if you get into a real fight, you only want to do these. Guys coming, boom. Got it back. Boom. Got it back. Boom, boom. Got it back. Alright? Now, you can do that. But you don't really want to. The guy's coming at you, literally, boom. You want to be able to get him and get back. And you want to make sure you follow all the way through. What a lot of people with nunchucks don't tell you is that when these bitches hit solid objects, they tend to come back at sender. That's why I said they have a return policy. So, like, if he's coming and you're knocking him this way, boom, you want to follow all the way through. You saw how that caught me in the rib. If you didn't, slow the show down when it posts. Slow it down and watch. Because it caught me right in the gut. So when they're coming, boom, you want to go all the way through. You have to follow through. Because there's a good chance that when it hits them, like it's going to hit them somewhere about right here. There's a good chance that, bip, boop, it comes back. Freak accidents do happen with nunchucks. If you don't know shit about nunchucks, and I'm not talking about the guys who show off. I am no longer good with these damn things. But I know how to fight with them. A lot of people can do this, but have never actually been in a fight with a pair of these damn things a day in their life. Which is why I tell you guys, be careful at what you see on the internet. I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. You can go and get a pair of these nunchucks. Now, these are practice chucks, so when they pop back at you, they are not going to hurt like shit. But a solid pair, a straight solid pair of wooden chucks, they're going to fuck your shit up. Alright? We're at the part of the video where now I start talking about bound fighting. I am not going to do blind fighting. I can do that. It is not recommended. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to get your ass kicked. Alright? Because it doesn't work like the movies. Alright? So, for instance, you're far enough away. Okay, so as you can see, I just put a blindfold on. Now, if I do a jumping spinning back kick, there is no guarantee that I'm going to make a clear rotation. There is no guarantee that I'm going to hit someone. And there is no guarantee that I'm going to land on my feet facing you. Alright? So this is a big fat fucking no. Save this shit for the movies. Alright? Also, at nighttime, if you listen for about like 2 minutes before I ever do anything, what do you hear? Crickets. Crickets. All crickets. Now, there was a ninja out here, I'd be dead by now, because I'm not aware. Ninjas carry crickets in their pockets. For anybody who doesn't know why ninjas are often stealthy at night, because you can't hear them when they have crickets in their pocket. If you listen around me, all you hear is crickets. And every now and again, you'll hear a car come from the front, drive through the street. I can't identify that car. My name is not Matthew Michael Murdoch. I am not Daredevil. I do not have radar vision. I cannot see through this black-ass handkerchief over my face. The only guarantee I got right here is that if I stand still, I'm good. When I do this jumping spinning back kick, there's no guarantee that I'm going to land facing you. Alright? There's a guarantee that I might be a little off to the right or off to the left. That I can guarantee. If this bitch lands perfect, sweet. If it doesn't land perfect, still sweet. But you're not going to be able to judge the distance between you and the guy running at you with this blindfold on. Y'all can hear that, right? So how many steps do you think it'll take for me to get you from here? We'll find out after I do this jumping spinning back kick. And I'll put the blindfold back on. Ready? So there's no guarantee I'm going to land facing you. There's no guarantee I'm going to land facing anybody because I might fall and bust my ass. The grass is wet. So, here we go. Yeah, like I said, a little off to the right or to the left. So, from here, I can't see any light sources because this thing is pitch black. And I also close my eyes so that my eyelashes don't dig into my eyes. A lot of things go behind training blindfolded. People don't tell you. Closing your eyes and closing them tight is a safety bet. It also will slightly hinder your vision because of the simple fact that it's pushing pressure on your skin. I also got my ponytail cap in this thing. I'm going to say it's probably going to take me maybe 10 steps, maybe 8 steps. And I am completely blindfolded, just uncomfortable with my ears. Alright, so I'm coming to you. I'm going to stay on a straight path as much as possible. I said as much as possible. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only counting one step at a time, by the way. 5, 6, 7. Let me take this damn thing off because I don't know where I am. Okay, so 8, 9, and I would have been done. I probably would have walked right into this whole damn thing. And now you see why you don't do that. And for those who can't see, this bitch is black. And you can really fuck yourself up. So you don't want to do that. Alright. Now where is my... Alright. So we're going to do bound fighting now. Okay? So with bound fighting, again, I've been doing this since I was like 11 or 12 years old. And I was actually taught how to do it. So yes, I can teach other people. Fuck no, I don't recommend you doing this. There will never be a time in your fucking life where you will be tied up and have to fight somebody. In the events that you are, all I want to know is what kind of life are you actually living where someone has to tie you up. So understand, your ability to block with your hands tied behind you are next to nothing. Unless you're very flexible, if you're a contortionist, you can just put your hands over your shit and straighten yourself out. I can't do that. I'm not going to even attempt that shit because I know my old ass body wasn't made for that shit. So we're going to do the don'ts first. And then we're going to do the do's. The do's is basically just basics. But what you're not going to do is this. You're not going to do this jumping, spinning back kick. You're not going to do this tornado kick. You see I was off? That's because this hip doesn't work. Let's try it from this side. Okay? You're not going to do this reverse tornado kick. And you're not going to do my least favorite kick of them all with this Reggie in my ass. The butterfly kick. You're not going to do any of that shit when your hands are tied in front or behind you because you are going to die. Alright? And if you're not going to die, you're going to get severely messed up. Hey, Brother Kenny! Hello there. My other brother. Sorry, y'all. Gotta do the teaching thing. So we're gonna do the back one first. Alright? This back is the most difficult. Now I'm only gonna teach you how to escape your adversary instead of teaching you major shit. Because again, there will be no point in the average person's life where you will have to fight with your hands tied up. Alright? There will be no point ever in your life. And if you get handcuffed by the cops, do nothing. Do absolutely nothing so that you don't die. Alright, so first, my range of motion, limited to my flexibility. So this is how high as my block is on the right. This is how high as my block is on the left. So I better learn how to block with my knees as well. The only downside to that I should have been telling y'all from the beginning is that somebody can sweep your feet. Not the fact that I keep getting a wedgie. So, now for your escape plan. Alright, so when I say left, it's on this side. When I say right, it's on that side. That way I don't have to keep undoing my hands. Alright? So my door to escape is on my left. What I don't do is use my right foot to kick my opponent towards my left. I don't use my left foot to kick my opponent towards my left, which would be that. Both of those are bad. If my opponent is coming at me and my escape is on the left, then I will kick him to the right. So I will use an outside to inside crescent kick. So I'm standing, he's coming, boom. He's over here. I can step back this way, or when I land here, I can pop my hips and go this way. That's your first escape. The same thing on the left again. He's this way, and I don't have time to get the outside to inside, so I use the inside to outside. Boom! I kicked him towards the right so I can go to the left. This way I don't have to engage in him only in that one moment. If I am not a good fighter or a strong fighter, I don't want to be playing with this guy. I'm already going to piss him off because I knocked the shit out of him. I want him, while he's recovering, to see me go out that door. Once I'm out that door, I'm making a break for it, and I'm running for my fucking life, which is what I recommend y'all do while I dig out this damn wedgie. Can't wait to get in the shower. I don't know what the hell is going on with these damn wedgies tonight. Anyway, I'm sorry. I might be a little bit too honest. So, same concept if your door is on the right. If you are not a good fighter, if you are not a martial artist, I do not and I will never recommend, ever, did you try to engage somebody in brawls. It's just not worth it. So my door is now on the right. So I do not use the right crescent kick to send him in the right. I use the right outside to inside crescent kick to send him to the left. And he's over there, pop my hips and I'm out. I'm going to the right. I need him to go that way and my left foot's the only thing available. So inside, outside, left to right crescent kick. Boom! I set him over there, and it's much easier for me to go this way because I'm still facing the door. Now, in the event that you fuck up and you have to engage this person, you don't want to take your feet all the way off the ground, maybe 1 foot, if any, because your hands are behind your back, so there's not going to be a whole lot of viability that you can do. So you want to make sure that what you can do is stick to basics and pray. Okay? Yeah, that's right. I said pray. It's going to work a whole lot better for you when you pray. Okay. So now we're going to go in the front. So, because I do have to go take these damn dogs out. That's not my dog barking. That's somebody else's dog. I believe that's Daniela and her people's dog. They're all the way through the woods over there. Okay. So, let me get up closer so you guys can actually see me. With your hands tied in front, you have a better chance of blocking and fighting as well as engaging because you have a high right, a medium right with me, and a low right. Same thing on the left, high left, medium with me, low. Now the reason why I pointed that out is because now you have better options. You still are not going to do those kicks that I showed you before I put these damn things on behind you. And the reason why is because your balance is a little better, but there's still a safety issue. All right? 9 times out of 10, if you're going to do this, and God, please don't let me fall, because this grass is wet. I would like not to embarrass myself on live tonight. We're only going to do the jumping spinning kick and a tornado kick. I mean, a reverse tornado kick. So if you're going to do this, you should know that my balance was off. If you're going to do this, your balance is still off, and this is an even more dangerous kick to even attempt. This is the reverse tornado. Now, you see how it threw me off frame from the impact? That's the exact reason why you're not going to do that. But there's another more important reason that you're not going to do that. The first reason is your hands is tied. The second reason is gravity is not your friend, and depending on who you're fighting, they might snatch your ass out the air. So, if they're throwing punches, boom, 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 you can block. If they're throwing kicks, boom, 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 you can block. This is also why you need to be well-rounded in martial arts. Don't just take one. You might want to take a little bit of Muay Thai. But now, I guess it really doesn't matter because now all martial arts are incorporating knees and elbows. I know Kung Fu and Muay Thai have always had knees and elbows. I can't say the same about karate, but I can say about like Wing Chun, and I can't say the same about Muay Thai and American kickboxing, because American kickboxing is watered down Thai fighting, but you can do that. Now, if you ever taken capoeira, in old school capoeira, which no one teaches, you learn with your hands tied, because that's how the slaves did it. For those who do not know about slaves, capoeira was a slavery martial art, all right? And you had your Jenga, you know, and then you have your deep Jenga. Yeah, and most of the time those guys get nasty. So you have to be real careful when dealing with capoeira. Now, so your hands being tied is always going to be a factor. If you're fighting with your hands tied in front of you, you're a little bit safer than your hands tied behind you. Now, if you're one of those flexible ass bastards that can jump through and put these behind you and then jump through backwards and do it, okay, you can kiss my ass because I'm never going to be that flexible. I was never that flexible when I was younger. I'm just short, okay? I also could do it in my 20s. Now I'm in my last year of being 40s, so I'm not going to attempt to do that. Plus, I had a hip replacement, and I'm legally not supposed to be doing any kind of jumping anyway. So, understand that fighting with your hands tied, it can be done, but the average American or anybody in any other country, wherever you're from, is probably never going to have to do that. But it doesn't hurt to have this training because anything's possible. All right? That being said, I'm going to end the live because I don't know what's going on with Instagram or TikTok, whichever one's on the tablet. But to everybody here, thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate you. I love you very much. I'll be seeing you. And for you guys here on YouTube and Instagram, if you're still here and it hasn't frozen, thank you all very much for being here. I gotta go take the dogs out. Be seeing you.